I was trying to read your chat. Yeah, the new era on the side threw me off. A seating chart. We have a few other students who are participating. Because we faculty and change some of the courses, we want to still be able to graduate. So we're if for some reason this class you do, if you think you need to go to that permit, you have to talk about it. But otherwise, if you're ever supposed to be here, try here because it'd be really hard for me to teach you. Okay. I have yet to do that yet. So hoping that you'll be able to make it for those the class. All right. I think we're thing here. I think we're good. Sonia, if you have questions, please type into the chat. Just holler. Okay, thank you. So today we're just talking about what stuff is and where. You come out of accounting classes, you probably know this. But we have transfers in and people that aren't. You go to the TAMIT website. And I know we kind of variously call it different things, but you just click on the quick links and you can either go to Canvas or Digital Backpack. If you're new here, Digital Backpack will show you your favorites, and then you can just click on, if you need something that's not in your favorite yet, you just click on apps and it gives you everything that you need to do. Again, I think most of you have been here for a while, but I want to just start simple. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so I'm going to pop open Canvas, enter in your password. You can go to the site. Now, I'm pretty annoying. I post probably announcements twice a week. Generally speaking, when somebody has a question, I think it's a good question, I'll share it with everybody. So if you have any questions, please let me know. So always check your announcements. And then you have the syllabus. Someone sent me an email and said they were seeing the old version. I don't know if.
That's me.
Okay.
If you go back.
Oh, this one right here?
So if you go to the syllabus.
For the home screen, did I put this one? Okay, modules.
Syllabus module.
Oh, okay.
If you click that, it's not there anymore.
So you may have looked at it early. And I may, like, hopefully you can refresh your cookies are cleaned out and it'll be there for you. I don't love this thing because it's not like you put a syllabus in one place and it goes to all the other places. I got to go and put a link in all the other places. So if I rolled it forward, you know, that was generally not your issue, that was mine. But it should be here and it should be good now. The syllabus isn't really the important thing, other than it's kind of my contract with you and what you guys expect. And you guys have had syllabi before, so this isn't like a freshman. Oh goodness, what's he got on here? My office, if you go right out this door and just walk into the wall, that's my door. So I'm at 219. If you have any questions, you have any issues, let me know. The only thing is I probably won't be able to help you right after this class because I have a 4 o'clock class in here. So if you're needing to sit for a few minutes, that's perfect. My other class will come on, no problem if you have questions like that. But if you need office hours, it's before this class. If you need something earlier in the morning, I'm here. Generally, I'm here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But sometimes I'm here on Friday. I can always help you, Zoom or in person. This course tends to be a little challenging. Right now, we have it kind of spread out. So if you just stay with it, you'll be fine. And just try not to fall behind. So hopefully you've been able to get in and access the Wiley text. All right, so. I'll talk. The Wiley course resources are here. And so this is the stuff that's available to you. For some reason, it doesn't have the right chat. Oh no, this is the right chat. They teach 322 and 323. They call it chapter. So it's got all the chapters here for you. There are resources in here if you need them. For the most part, you know, flashcards, PowerPoint, if to help you with your memorization, if you want to go through and do that stuff. You're welcome to it. There's a bunch of extra stuff here. So it's kind of like if you need any learning, and then of course, the textbook. Okay. And so this will open up right back to where you were last looking at it, whatever chapter. Click on the chapter, and we're going to be starting on chapter 7. Okay, the student learning outcomes are by program. You're part of the business school, which is accredited by the AACSB. This is our goals for you after you graduate. Methods of evaluation. So you have 2 types of homework. You have the adaptive practice, which is kind of due before class. And then you'll have a homework with usually 5 or 6 problems after we cover the material. You guys are probably juniors, seniors. So for the most part, you guys know how to study. I know students don't like to read. It's just the way it is now in your generation. And I'm putting you guys down. If I could watch video on something, I would as well. But you do need to read in this. And what I recommend is, first thing you do when you start out, instead of going to first page of the chapter, actually go to the chapters and just read what they want. And then look at the keywords. And what you want to do is I usually take like a screenshot of it. And then I go into the book and I just review the chapters. Look at the intro, and then the objectives. And then I'll skim. So for me, I'll just read the first paragraph in each objective. And then I'll do the adaptive practice. And so the adaptive practice now will take you much less time. They do a little pre-test. And if you know half the stuff, then that's great. Focus on it. And you finish that. I will cover everything in the chapter. I try to cover the important concepts and the important quantitative stuff in terms of more challenging than just reading. Okay. If you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm here trying to surprise you on the test or scare you. This test, should I understand what's being there. It's people that was here to do 10. But for the most part, you guys are open book exams. And I'm trusting you. I don't use lockdown runs. Maybe one day they'll make me. I figure you guys got this far. You're not going to be cheating. And do it. It'll be open book within a certain period of time. I like to make the exams 2 chapters. That's one of the changes I made to the course. I took it over like 3 or 4. So for the most part, we're gonna have 2 chapters on the exam. I tried one. 323 people. They're like leases and income tax. So exams, if you think you're gonna miss one, your university activity, anything, if you take it ahead of time, it is 100% better than if it goes in. Because once somebody takes the test, if you had an issue, I can't do anything about that. Okay, so what I do is I have a comprehensive test. If it's excused, let me know. I don't want anybody out here, just talk with me and we'll work it out. I am limited, you know, if you don't show up for an exam, you send me an email a week later. But can't do anything. I do have to be fair to the student. Now, what I can do is I offer the comprehensive exam on there. And so for those who have University of Blue excuse, you know, I'll do the comprehensive exam for you. If you take all three tests and you got, like, let's say you got 6, yeah. But the other two, you know, now you got an 80 and 85. I will allow you to take the comprehensive exam, which is all multiple choice. It covers the whole course. And it will replace your English grade. If you get a lower grade on it. So I get you the. I think there's 4 exams potentially. 5. By the way, I think you could still pass the class if you get a 0 on the exam, but if you get 2, you're not gonna make it. Unfortunately. But so that's the reason I say that is because the you know, if you do poorly on an exam, don't panic and bail on the course. You know, okay, information there, artificial intelligence and internet usage, please don't cheat on anything. If you look at most of this stuff, you're talking about 10, 20, 30 points out of 900. So it's like, you know, 4 or 5% on any one thing. Don't use the AI, don't use the internet to look up answers. You know, you guys be successful, but you guys have to be on. All right, that doesn't mean that if you're doing practice questions or you want some answers from me or you're doing something like that, if you get stuck, you can always look up an answer and work it backwards. I just don't want you cheating yourself. All these questions, everything I'm going to ask you is out on the internet somewhere, depending on how good you are. No matter how much I change it, they're just so. So again, for academic. I don't know if you guys know, quick attendance. If you're coming in late, don't worry, just sit down. Try not to do it every class. If you have something that is making you late, please let me know. Okay, and we'll work something out. I don't take attendance, but since there's only 6 people in class, I know who's here, right? So if you tell me, oh, I'm struggling and you haven't been to the last 5 classes, I'm gonna say, hey, you know, this is on you. We gotta talk. Why are you not making it to class? All right. Take a deep breath before this one. Texas has kind of limited and everybody's a little nervous about talking. Enjoy that excludes certain people. This is just occasionally we'll be talking issues. What we find is that it's away. And fortunately, that women overtaking men. And that if you think about the community that you live in, businesses, and they really represent them. And so it's been an initiative and accountable to improve it. At least my notes, I'm not judging, you know, if that's something different, that's fine, but just occasionally I'll talk about it. So, not doing anything, I'm telling you that you're bad because you're late. And just the reality out there that they have need for quality. Oh, sometimes comes up. Okay. So again, to avoid having consequences of violating that law. Definitely going to do that. The rest of the stuff is help, disability services, course changes, etc. So fairly straightforward. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. Or assignments. All of them are dated. And if you click on the syllabus module, I think you guys have a calendar somewhere too, but it gives you the date and the due. If for some reason the schedule doesn't match up, if I made a mistake, I have 3 classes, I gotta do 40 assignments in every class. Occasionally I make a date mistake. Just shoot me an email and say, hey, this says it was due in our schedule on the 13th, but you've got a date of 6th. I try to do my best, but I gotta do each one individually, unfortunately. So if there's an issue, please let me know. You run into anything, please let me know. I'm human, right? I make mistakes. The more stuff they give me, the more mistakes I make. But I don't want that reflected on you, and I don't want to punish you for any of my errors. So if something pops up, please let me know. All right. Typically, like I said, you'll have an adaptive practice and a group problem. If you haven't signed up with Wiley before, when you click the button to go into Wiley, you'll get probably a request for a sign-in. You should not have any charges if you did not opt out of the Barnes and Noble inclusive access. Okay? My understanding is they charge you $24 to your student fee or something like that for each textbook electronically. So this tells you, you know, it'll take you to your assignment. You'll be able to jump in. You won't see what I see here. All right. Modules, just some academic stuff, 2-star here's. Get rid of, I gotta look through those again. Oh, at least that one's got me. Looks like I lost weight. Do I look like I lost weight from the picture? I was like 10 pounds heavier last year. Stopped drinking soda. And it was 0-calorie soda. No. Surprisingly, I just have to substitute the caffeine, which is like coffee or tea or something like that, because about this time of the day I go, if not, because I teach a 9:30 class and I'm kind of a night person, so. So your assignments are there in the modules. You'll have your assignments here too. And then you'll also have these chapter notes. Now you'll be basically, if you want to take notes, you'll click on this student note. And you can use your computer in the class. And if you want to study on that, we'll work through these. And basically it gives you a framework for every class. So you can print them if you want. This is a small class. If you want me to print them for you, I'll print them for you. I can do that. So if you want to print, just shoot me an email after class so I know. But if you want to work on your computers, it's okay. Just the rule is if you're day trading and you make money, I get 5%. If you lose money, it's on you. So I'm strictly an upside guy. But basically, these will be my guide to you for completing these. And if for some reason you miss class, I will have what we did in that class posted here. And if it goes to like 2 days, this will be the first day, that'll be the second day. So your handouts, last time I ran the class and I was done like a week and a half early, I spread that out this time so that we're going through things a little bit slower. But so we may use a handout for 2 classes. But if I put it up there, it'll be like this. So this will be what we did the first class. And so this is how I do the notes. Like a 3-year-old. And I will post them up on the website here with that. And so if you miss class, you just click on that. Plus, I'm hoping to be able to move this video onto YouTube. So if you have any questions, you miss class that day, we'll have the video posted. We don't have enough space on Zoom with this whole facility that we have to take them off and put them on something. So I gotta figure out how to do that. I'm gonna be working with IT after class today, so I'll let you know where that goes. Okay? I always do some practice questions at the start of the class. So usually say, I give you the first 5 minutes and say, okay, go ahead and answer these questions. These are not quiz questions. These are designed just for the notes that day. And they're designed for you to kind of see the type of concept questions. The feedback that I got early on in my career is I was only focusing on quantitative things. And then students would get a test and have concepts on there. And they said, what's so for the test? So what I do here is I put on some of the concepts at once and you get an idea. So we take the first 5 minutes. That way we catch the stragglers and we get started right in 5 minutes after the class closes. If you're actually, you know, again, I don't want you to have time, but I built in some things here. And you just sit down, you do it, and then we go over them, and then I jump into the notes. So you have access to all the notes ahead of time. Now, these ones that are showing in there are actually from the last semester in terms of what I did during those specific classes, but you'll have access to what we've done in each class. I'll match those up. And then you'll have the instructor evaluations. And that's it. Any questions about the class, what we're scheduled to do, the syllabus?
So you said you were doing like problems?
Yes.
How are those?
So typically it'll be on the last class that we're covering, that chapter. Usually I'll save anywhere from a half an hour to 15 minutes, depending on how it is. And I'll give you guys just something to work on in class together as a group. We're small here, so if for some reason, you know, you were out and we got, you know, 4 people, well, let's do this 2 and 2. But if, you know, we don't have enough people, I'll allow you to work on it alone. Sometimes they're not good questions or handouts, but they're actually in, and those can be done. But basically, I'll pull up the problem, we'll kind of talk about, make sure you got it ready to go. When we do that class, we usually all target. I highly recommend, if you haven't used Excel to do a lot of work in Excel, it will just help you as an accountant moving forward, just getting familiar with the functionality of Excel. And you know, you're just adding, subtracting, everything's right there. You can see all, fix anything. And so on. Any other questions? Okay. So a little bit about me, real quick. I've been teaching at the University of Illinois for 10 years full time. PhD before that, and so I've got 18 years teaching experience. Before that, I was an accountant at PwC. I'd like to tell you that was a fun experience, but it was really there during 2001, 2002 era, and I started in 2002, and Enron, Mobility in 2001, Overcom, a bunch of other companies. And when they did that, they flew out like they did accounting because Anderson was the big 5. It's partnered by business, the actual works. So they just took on the partner, everything, and then take on the employees, and they made us all work. Already did it, so I think can't do it. Very different than it is today, with more stability in the markets, but there's still issues out there, they need accountants. I mean, you guys have moved. From there, I went to United Technologies, which doesn't exist anymore. It was Sikorsky, Carrier, Otis, Elevator, Carrier's HVAC, and Pratt & Whitney, which you guys might have heard of if you follow any military stuff, and Hamilton Sponsoring if you follow any of the aerospace stuff. So the aerospace companies went to Raytheon when they merged, and then they divested in Otis, which is its own stock out there now, Otis Elevator and Carrier HVAC, which is going. I left there before they did that. I worked on financial statements, so I got all the information from all of our subsidiaries, and I put that together. That was my experience there. I have not been in the field in a long time, but I still talk to people and I still stay involved and it still matters to me. My goal, I'm also the accounting program coordinator, is to try to work out some internship opportunities. One of the problems that we have here is with a class so small, is that most of everybody has jobs, right? And about half of them work in the accounting field or business field, about half. So when we get at half that work to be there into doing some internships, doing some things in the related field. So, any questions?
You don't do the record to the accounting department, the internship. Or that just in the business.
So they probably just posted it on the sheet. We have anything sort of official, and I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about what kind of response. And I can't do that, right? I can't play favorites, can't anything about them other than, you know, what you sort of authorize me to do with it, but that's been kind of hard part because everybody wants to be really elected. Person, whatever. But what I really need to do is get that order where you guys put resumes and you guys have good options to do that. So it's really important to do that. So when you walk in a company, there's so much coming at you. If you've done it as an intern, okay. I get first. And then you go about it. And things are better. So you go out there and they're looking at you, you know, you graduated and they're saying, well, you should know this. But if you don't have the internship and that experience, or you don't, there's no way to. And I'm not knocking anybody who can find a job now, even if it's not in accounting, it's tough in the Texarkana area. But know that I want to be doing more of that for you. And if you have no other questions, you are free to go. And I will see you on Thursday. And we'll start with chapter 7.